very nice to me. I don't like.
That's probably where he hit back.
So do you think he just? That's like someone who like keeps getting abused and just keeps running back to their abuser. Like the girl that always gets right? Is the girl that always gets abused and keeps going back? Is she always turning the cheek?
Oh, someone's sexist, but I don't think. I don't know, because
Because I feel like that.
Well, there's more factors that play into that, though.
But I feel like that example that you gave with Gandhi doesn't necessarily meet all the requirements of somebody getting abused, but I feel like they kind of go along the line, like.
Well, maybe, if we're gonna use this example, maybe the girl is doing the right thing, not by going back, but by not hitting back. Now, granted, I'm not saying that her actions are correct, because I think she should get out of that situation. But what we're addressing here is the methods of which she is going to retaliate. She's not going to retaliate violently. She's going to retaliate either by calling the police or by just leaving. Right? I mean, those actions in itself are her way of taking a stance up against, I guess, her abuser.
I guess. I don't know. Okay.
Let's make one last point, because yeah.
Well, we need to talk about the third chapter.
Well, let's go to the third chapter then.
Main point. I don't know what his name is. Alinsky points out that there are words, just power, self-interest, compromise, and conflict that seem to have this negative connotation with them. And so I think he just goes through and defines them. But for me, for me, it's hard to look at these words, I guess, in a positive light, because that's just how I grew up. Like, I just grew up as power. Like, power just seems like a dirty, like, I don't know, word.
It has a stigma.
Yeah, like, but that's just me, like, see, I don't know. I feel like it's hard to, like, see where he's coming from just because I'm already coming in with these preconceived notions.
Mm-hmm.
Like compromise, you know? He says compromise is another word that carries shades of weakness. And I can totally see that. I can see that. I hate compromising, because compromising means I lose.
Yeah. In
my head. I don't know if that's necessarily true. And he doesn't say that, but I just...
See, when I think of the word compromise, I was raised completely differently. And that compromise wasn't being submissive. It was just that two parties are having a disagreement, and there needs to be a solution where both parties are going to win. That's all the compromise is for me. Like, for example, I'm thinking of like my mom and dad. They compromise all the time, because that's how I was taught and how relationships are supposed to work. It's just supposed to be a compromise.
Dominating relationship.
Yeah, I'm going to say one isn't supposed to dominate the other. So they were always like...
Yeah, but if you believe so strongly in something, you shouldn't give up your convictions. You shouldn't compromise your convictions. That's how I feel. Like, I just feel like I shouldn't...
No, but it doesn't mean... Compromise doesn't mean you're giving up everything.
I know, but I just feel like if you feel so strongly for something, then you should fight for it
to
get it all in its entirety, not just part of it.
No, what? How do I phrase it?
Like
a compromise is that it retains it keeps the integrity of both. I'm going to use you and me. Both your ideas and my ideas.
I understand that, and I feel like I know you need compromise to keep baby steps to where you want to go, because revolution is a long process, blah, 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 blah. Well, I still don't like it. It's still...
Well, if we're talking
it's
about...
a dirty, weak word.
If we're talking about ideas, it's just... A compromise is just intertwining my ideas and your ideas to form an accord between the two.
Is that the only way we can get things to change, is through compromise?
I think there are too many perspectives in, say, for example, this country to not have compromise. Even between a Democratic and Republican Party. Like, there has to be a compromise. It can't be all Democrats, it can't be all Republicans.
Yeah, that's not how we have things laid out.
Well, no, but that brings up a whole lot of different issues.
Fuck the government! Okay. What else do we need to cover?
No, but he brings up the issue of language again. just as pedagogy did. And both how strong it is, and even as Zelinsky brings up, preconceived notions of word, just as we were talking about, like compromise and how it, for you it has like a dirty taste in your mouth, and for me, it's just like it's okay. We need compromise. But if I get anything out of pedagogy in this book, it's just words and how important they are, not only in an academic sense, but in a moral, ethical, and
yeah, because every word has a different meaning to every person.
Right.
Damn it, that means that comes into compromise, and that we both have to meet up compromise as to what this word means in order to get somewhere.
And I think we do that all the time in our discussions.
I'm wrong. Does this mean compromising?
No, that's me dominating.
Shut up. No, okay. But yeah, no, like, I mean, I think actions only get you so far. Like, I think you need to start with words and language, and I think that's the basis of every idea and every revolution and every change.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense. Like, I mean, language needs to be a key factor in it, and you all need to be on the same page to understand the same thing.
No, I agree.
All right, call it a night.